Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans, so they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures!
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for? For the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer.
Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, step right up. I have exactly what you're looking for. That's right, it's more UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. It's Dalton United versus Potros FC, and it's next on ASNG TV. Welcome, everyone, to Dalton Stadium for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. Number 1, Dalton United taking on number 2, Potros FC. Larry Weaver here getting you ready for all the coverage at Dalton Stadium. Andre Bomar will be with me here in just a few moments. An absolutely exquisite day here in Dalton, Georgia. Temperature right now at a beautiful 75 degrees. Wind gusts of 12 miles an hour. Absolutely beautiful day for soccer. We look at the leaderboard as it stands right now. Like I said, Dalton United, top of the table. Potros FC right behind them. Goal differential is the only thing that separates them. Third place, Kalaji Pro Profile, just 1 point above UMA FC in 4th place. Atlanta United Academy, they found their way back into the playoffs in 5th place, tied with Georgia Revolution and Georgia Athletic SC in 7th place. We have the opening ceremonies happening right now. We'll be out and back in just one moment. Wrapping up opening ceremonies as we get ready for this Premier Division action. It will give us a chance to bring in Andre Bomar to give his coverage and analyst of this match. You look at the lineup for Dalton United. This is a really solid lineup, Dre. You've got Huatanda Kuna and Jack Brown up there in the top section. Good to see Kevin Villatoro back in the lineup as well.
Yeah, definitely, Larry. I think this is a match that's been in the making for a very long time. Dalton United, the traditional power here in the Premier Division in Georgia, but Potros FC coming in, more of a newer team in the last few seasons, have slowly built a firm foundation, probably one of the most consistent teams in the division right now. And they're going to pose quite a challenge for Dalton United as they both come to this match on 16 points. Dalton with a slightly better goal difference. So the result from this match could be a very good a catalyst to who is going to take on this division title.
Especially when you look at Del Rio, Nwegbo, and Bonneau up there at the top with Cameron Verona in between the sticks for Potros FC. He has been a perfect keeper so far this season. Had a few opportunities to win goalkeeper of the week. So this is going to be a big, big matchup for Potros FC. This could really solidify their rebirth here in the Premier Division.
Yeah, Larry, and I think the thing to watch is how these two teams are going to approach this game. They have varying different styles, but they're both very committed teams, both very disciplined teams, particularly Potros. And so it'll be interesting to see, will they go on the attack? Will they sit back and try to hit on the break? You know, what's the style going to be? And that's the interesting part of this game for me.
Dalton United are going to get us underway for the first 45. They're in their white kits with red tops. They're moving from left to right. Potros FC in their all black kits, they're going to be moving from right to left. Just waiting for Brown to get us underway, waiting for the center official's call. And there we have it. The first 45 has begun here at Dalton Stadium. Thank you for joining us along the way here on ASMG TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe as we bring you all the coverage of the UPSL Georgia.
I imagine early on it's going to be a bit of a chess match for both sides. I don't think they want to give away their hand early. So there'll be a little bit of observation from each as they see what the opponent's going to do.
Nice ball forward, trying to get it up there to Quintero, just not to get that pass exactly right.
Dalton typically with the more of a passing approach to attack. Not much by the way of long ball with them at all. Very experienced side. And not a side that gets rattled too easily. But then again, so are Potros. That's what makes the game very, very interesting as far as a chess-like, you know, competition between the two.
Dalton on the attack. Nwegbo trying to cut down the space. Potros holds that off.
This will be first real good possession from Potros, and we'll see if they can.
McAloon sends that one long. Nwegbo. He goes back to McAloon, who comes over here to Cedeno. Just soft as you would like on the ball here, Dre. Potros, well coached.
Yeah, that's the thing about approaching this game. You know, it's going to be a high-quality game with so many skilled players on both sides. And as you say, good coaching as well.
Out for a goal kick. Dalton United, another team that is fantastically coached. Ever since coming into the UPSL Georgia Conference, starting in Division I and then quickly being promoted to the Premier Division, they have done nothing but put hardware in their trophy cabinet.
Yeah, from division titles to community cups. They won the Division I title going away, record number of goals at the time for them.
A record that is still standing. Good run here on that far side, able to get to it. Into the box, a little long, able to clean it up right into the grasp of Verona. Good play there for Dalton United.
Yeah, Verona had to get down quickly on that. That ball was headed in.
That one. Yeah, you're fine, Dre.
I just said, sorry, Larry. I was just going to say that when you see that type of counter, it shows you how quickly Dalton are on that transition. And Potros has a really good defensive chemistry back there, but they're going to be challenged and stretched today.
Keep an eye on those lines that are on the sideline, folks, as the black line is the in-play line, not the red line or the white. It's the black that we go all the way out to.
Yeah, these mixed-use fields can be a challenge when you're viewing on TV. And
a tackle on Mattis, I should say.
starting out pretty much like I thought it would. Both teams looking to be kind of methodical in their passing, somewhat cautious. And right after I said that, I see a long ball down the right side.
It's the commentator's curse. Dalton. Working down that far side is Dalton United. Brown cleared away by Montagut. Be a throw for Dalton United.
Ordinarily, I would say that, the first goal is going to be a big deal in a match like this, but these are two teams that are very, very disciplined, and they don't seem to panic when they're down, which is a testament to both the size and also probably a reason why they're first and second in the Premier Division this season.
Both teams electing to use that far side as their primary source of movement. Out for throw yet again.
Yeah, Potros is sort of inching their way down that right side.
So far, Kalanji was a victim of Potros as well as SSL, Georgia Athletic, and North Georgia United, FC Birmingham. The only team to pull out a victory over Potros so far has been UMA FC. FC Atlanta held them to a 1-1 draw.
Another top club. Coach Andrew has done a great job down there in the LaGrange area with UMA. Another team that potentially could challenge for the division title this season.
Dalton United were stunned first match of the season, losing to Atlanta United here 6-1. They followed up with wins over Atlanta City Legends and Georgia Revolution. A tie with Kalanji Pro Profile, and then wins over UMA and Georgia Athletic.
Dalton coming back with that little probing play that they have, those short passes.
Ball lifted forward, headed or chested down by Potros defense. Good ball forward. headed to, or lifted to the box by Nwegbo and is out. It'll be a corner for Potros FC on that far side. First real good opportunity for Potros.
Yeah, that's the other thing. When you do have these opportunities, can you take them? Plenty of black shirts forward.
It's going to be an outswinger. Headed. Mattis tried to get a foot on it. Fortunately, that just went right back out of play.
Yeah, Mattis trying to get that on the volley. Couldn't angle it. Landed harmlessly to the right. I think Potros, though, when you think about it, as we look at this again, outswinger here. Tried to time it, just couldn't get the timing just right.
Mendez will get us back underway as we're just entering the 10th minute.
You know, I said this before about Potros. I think that they've quietly gone about their business, particularly over the last 2 seasons, you know, providing a lot of quality, good competitive play, consistent, probably one of the most consistent teams in the division as we go down this right side for Potros. Before I continue. But, you know, they are in a good position to really challenge for the division this season, and I'm not sure anybody would have picked them before the season started. With the likes of Atlanta United, UMA, Kalanji, and of course the team they're playing now, Dalton United, in the mix. But here they are.
Cleared away by Dalton. Another shot. This one's going to go harmlessly over for a goal kick. Shot taken by McAloon.
No ball kids here to help out the players, so they got to be their own ball boys, unfortunately.
Take a look at the fixtures this week. You see that Atlanta United Academy, Kalanchi Pro Profile, that game was rescheduled.
Yeah, that's going to be a midweek game a little bit later in the season.
You've also got FC Birmingham, FC Atlanta, and Georgia Revolution.
Yeah, I forgot to mention Georgia Revolution, another title contending team. It's just so much quality in the Georgia Conference. It's hard to know where to put your attention.
They're taking Georgia Revolution are taking on UMA FC. That match is at 7 o'clock. In just a few minutes, that FC Birmingham, FC Atlanta game is happening as we speak at Lawson Stadium in Birmingham. Dalton United, they're probing forward. Ramirez. Good ball over to Brown. Brown takes a shot, but easily grabbed by Verona.
Accurate, but no power on that one, but they did get forward again with an attack. A little bit of back and forth. They're both getting opportunities. I think Potros has had more of the opportunities so far.
Good ball forward this time from Potros. Right to the keeper, though. Had Cedeno on a run. Quatanda elects to go back. Another long ball. This one's going to be offsides.
Flag is up.
Seika was about 10 yards offside as that ball came forward. Secondary ball is being sent in for this offsides.
Yeah, you really can't call that mistimed. It was just
there was a lot of
offside.
acreage between the defenders and the attacking Dalton United player. McLoon. Hernandez over to Cedeno. He's able to maintain control. Mattis Good ball forward. Working the edge with Del Rio. He receives it into the box. Mendez colliding, but owning the space against Bonneau. Great ball.
Good grab by Mendez. Good approach play by Potros. Just Mendez equal to the challenge on that occasion.
Here comes from attack from Dalton United. Brown likes to go back, recycle, Huatanda. Rodriguez sends it back forward. Brown now. Good fighting there. Has to be careful, as Bonneau was right there looking for an interception. Long ball, just way too much on that one for Villatoro to run down.
Yeah, so far, I mean, Dalton's had a lot of possession, but as of yet have not unlocked really the defensive structure that Potros is presenting to them. And I would say under the circumstances right now, I think Potros is probably happier with the way things are going so far. And a long way to go.
McAloon now. Sedano up to Del Rio. Mattis now. He's going to go wide. Good ball forward. Nwegbo unable to receive that pass. Mattis, though, he's able to get it to Del Rio. Del Rio lifts it into the box. Last minute header clears it away for Dalton United.
Important
Nwegbo
intervention.
was right there.
That was a vital header away.
Another ball forward. This time Nwegbo receives. Goes out. Del Rio sends it in. It's going to be
Another
deflected.
corner.
It'll be yet another corner.
Potros is knocking on the door.
They are definitely looking the betters of the aggressors so far in these first 16 minutes.
Yeah, the other half of that layer is going to be, can they do the finishing part as well?
Here comes another outswinger. Beautiful ball into the box, just floating. McAloon sends it in with a header, but it gets pushed away. Dalton, every man back to defend that opportunity. Good ball in. That one's just got a little too much on it from Sedano. It goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, that looked could have been a little tricky for Mendez there, as there was a bit of a floater as it came across, but it did harmlessly go out. But again, Potros with the more threatening attack so far. Dalton not known to start quickly, though, either. This is a team that grows in power and action as the game goes on.
We start out of the back. Working down that far line. Back to Rodriguez. He was trying to send it to Ramirez, but not going to get there. Easily controlled by Potros FC. McAloon. Hernandez. The other Hernandez on that back line. Over to Alan Hernandez. He's able to approach midline. Del Rio, he sends one into the box, but Mendez is there to cut off that pass. As we start to tick into the 19th minute. 0-0 is our score between Potros FC and Dalton United FC here at Dalton Stadium. Live on ASMG TV. We thank you for coming along with us. Nwegbo goes down. More of the turf taking him down than the Dalton player.
That turf monster rears his ugly head sometimes.
Del Rio cuts that pass off. It'll go out for a throw.
Still very much a chess-like match here. Potros with the lion's share of possession and opportunities. More threatening. Dalton's sitting back pretty strong. And a couple of good counterattacks.
Really, whoever walks away with this, if they can walk away with the win, I really feel like this could be the title for the season.
I think you're going to have the favorite. The winner, if one of these teams comes out a winner, that's going to be the team to beat.
Both teams will have 3 matches to go. Well, 4 matches to go, excuse me, because there'll be 12 matches in the season. So they'll have 4 matches left.
Well, and that is the intangible, Larry. There are no easy games, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But the only thing you can judge them on is what they've done so far in the season, and that tells you that they're going to be, both these teams are going to be formidable going down. That's why the result for this one's going to be so important.
Brown receives this long pass. Drops it back. Receives it again. And elects to go back yet again. Dalton looking for something going forward. Brown and Huatanda pass it back and forth with each other. Potros clear it.
There's a chance.
But no. He gives it forward. Great run here by Figueroa. He takes a shot. Just gets the fingertips on it. Does Mendez out for yet another corner for Potros FC.
Yeah, I was really waiting to see. I thought Mendez was going to come for that, but he held back on his line a bit. And I think he was a little bit undecided.
It's a great ball forward for Figueroa to run on. I think he might have taken that just a wee bit early. He had another few steps that he could have taken.
Yeah, I think you're right. He had already beat him. Here's that outswinger coming.
Into the box. That one a little too far. Makes its way all the way through. Cleared out the second chance. Hernandez. That one bouncing off of Huatanda.
Might have taken the wind out.
Yeah, definitely, it's going to feel that one.
Yeah.
Got a score tattoo on that one.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to need a minute. He'll be okay, but those things sting.
This will be a throw for Potros FC. With 2/3 of the season gone after today, Potros FC will still have to take on Legends FC, Atlanta City FC, Atlanta United Academy, and Georgia Revolution. Not the easiest of schedule for Potros.
Another reason why this game is so important to get a result for Potros. They are serious title contenders. They're not thinking about just surviving or making the playoffs. They want to win the division.
Dalton United, they have SSL, FC Atlanta, FC Birmingham, and they end their season at home against North Georgia United. On paper, Dalton United has a little bit of an edge when it comes to competition. But that's paper.
We all win on paper.
Exactly. Cedeno sends it forward to Del Rio, who makes a beautiful
nice
turn. Looking for opportunities forward, but no, starts on his outside, moves to his inside. Ball lifted into
ball.
the box. Mattis tries to head it, just doesn't get enough on it to get it past Mendez. Great ball forward from Del Rio.
That was superb. Just a little bit out of reach for the attacker coming on. But another good attack from Potros. Dalton don't have the key to unlock Potros right now. They have a lot of possession in their defense, but as they try to go forward, they're not really getting much done so far.
Potros
like I said earlier, it's early
really
doors, Larry.
Yeah. Potros FC just looking the part today.
Came very prepared.
Coach Massis for Potros FC has definitely been the blessing that they needed to bring their club to the next level. What Christopher Uranga and his staff have done at Potros, you have to commend them. You remember a few seasons back, Dre, a few years back when they came in from the recreational sides and coming into the Georgia Conference. It was a challenge for them to start, but they have improved year after year.
Yeah, and they've done it the right way, Larry. I think that, they started and the results were pretty poor, but they competed every season, brought in the right types of players, traded away the wrong type. Here's the corner.
Another outswinger into the box. Dalton's got to be careful.
Ooh.
There's attempt for a bicycle kick.
It's going to be dangerous play. Nothing intentional there, just
two players going up for the ball at the same time.
Yeah, he tried to make something happen there. Went for the spectacular. Unfortunately, the defender was too close.
And you have a lot of chances by Potros FC so far. Dalton's able to hold everything off so far. That's only going to last for so long before there's a crack in
Yeah,
that
you get
defense.
this many chances. Yeah, you're right, Larry.
No matter how good you are defensively, even the great Manuel Neuer fell this week to Real Madrid, so everything is possible.
That's why we play the games. That's what I mean. Dalton, I think Potros are fairly happy to see them with possession back there. But as they come forward, that's the part they need to unlock.
Tried to give and go, wasn't able to do it, but Brown was able to retain possession for Dalton. That pass was behind him.
Could have done some damage if he had got that on
Mattis
target.
is going to get charged for the elbow. You see what Mattis was trying to do? Unfortunately, you watch here on the replay, for you young players, you never want your elbow to be above 90 degrees, as you see right there.
Yeah, got to keep the arms down. Later in the game, that's going to be a card.
Definitely so. Only because we're in the first 28 minutes was that not a card. Dalton players discussing what they're going to attempt here. Right about 35 yards out. Lifted into the box. Punched away by Verona.
Got a player down.
Going to go check on Nwegbo as he went down in the box.
Holding his leg.
I think he may.
That's a
I
knee.
didn't. It was off camera, so we didn't see it.
So this is knee. I hope he didn't twist that. You don't want to lose that player. He's their leading scorer. He's a candidate for a golden boot, actually, for this season.
Yeah, you look at the golden boot race right now. Giancarlo Bustamante is at the top of that table right now with 8 goals. Chicksum from SSL in second place with 7 goals. And then it gets very, very tight. Anthony Sumo, Jip Van de Essen from Dalton United, they both have 6. And then we have a cluster of players with 5 goals.
Yeah, it's all very tight this season.
Hopefully this is just coming down between the 2 players.
Yeah, it was. Had an uneasy feeling looking at him at first. Looked like he was clutching his knee a little bit. You know, like you said, it was off camera. I don't know if he twisted it or did some type of damage to it.
It allows both teams to kind of come together and have a conversation, talk about what has transpired over these first 30 minutes. Nwegbo will have to come off to the center line for a few moments if he is able to come in and continue to play.
Yeah, he's going to.
Looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, looks like he might be able to walk that off. It's not a bad limp. It is a limp, though. It's just one of those things. You might have tweaked the knee or an ankle. Need a little time to recover. And trainers with him.
Magic spray, stat.
Do your job. Magic spray, please.
This ball will be dropped back into possession for Potros FC. Coach coming over to talk to Nwegbo, just make sure that everything is okay. Potros will have to play down a man for a few moments until either Nwegbo is back in or if he is substituted. Don't forget, here in the UPSL, 7 substitutions per match is allowed.
You know, that is going to be a decision, Larry, though. If he does have a nagging type of injury, do you want to keep going with him and risk further damage or, you know, safeguard him for future matches?
Absolutely, because when you look at these 2 teams, what they're fighting for that top spot. Not only do you get a trophy, but once you move to the playoffs, you receive that first round bye, which is going to be critical for whoever gets to that top spot.
Yeah, the top 7 in the division. It's a 13-team division.
Well, I think that the answer is made for Astray as Nwegbo goes down on the bench, and we see a top come off. 32 minutes in, Potros are going to have to turn away from their star striker and bring on a sub.
Yeah, it might be the better course to go with caution at this moment until you know exactly what that injury is. And it's, you know, Larry, it's not like Potros is short on talent, but he is a big piece of it, both physically and strategically.
Absolutely. I think that was a fantastic decision by Coach Massis just to continue, you know, live to fight another day.
Well, you're securely in the playoffs. You know, that's going to be a key thing. If not mathematically, I think realistically, I think that the Potros is going to be there. So you do have to keep that in mind. But, of course, the coveted prize is going to be the division title and that trophy. And as you said, that first round bye.
Long ball forward, and that ball gets knocked out. It'll allow a substitution to occur. will be number 57 who's come on for Potros. That being Spencer Van Buskirk, who is a fantastic player in his own right. But you see that he slots into the midfield instead of that forward role, that striker role that Nwegbo holds. So it's going to be a little bit of a formation change for Potros.
That's right.
Ball into the box, headed, and just able to get that ball. I believe they called offsides on that one.
We'll kick it away. There's another opportunity, though, that comes in from that side.
Take a look at the replay. We can see when this ball gets lifted in, yes, he was offside, headed, and just able to get it between the two uprights, soccer and American football.
Another close call, though.
Yeah, Verona does his job even though he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Van Buskirk.
I think that's an illustration of how quickly things can happen.
Good ball forward from McAloon. Beno. Del Rio. Back to Sedeno. Into the box. Oh, that was a great opportunity.
Another goal-mouth collision.
Just a few more inches of height, and that could have been in the back of the net. Take a look at this ball. It is a beaut lift into the box, back post. Just didn't get it there. 36 minutes gone.
Not a lot separating either side either.
Dalton working it out of the back as always. Able to receive it. Brown had retreated. As that ball got sent forward, he was out of position. Allows Potros to receive it. Van Buskirk over to McAloon. McAloon takes the time and gives it to Hernandez. Mattis now. Beno. Hernandez again. Del Rio not going to receive that pass. Dalton. Both of these two teams doing a really good job moving the ball around. Dalton continuing to move the ball around, probing for positive areas of space.
Patience is one of the things that's impressive about Dalton here.
Good ball forward.
Over the top.
Villatoro not able to maintain.
What
that
a
ball's
great
going to go out. It will be a corner, though.
Sorry about that, Larry. I was just saying it's a good illustration there of how Dalton plays. No real urgency or panicking. They're willing to pass back and forth and look for the opening, and when they get it, they go for it, but they don't rush it. And not a lot of teams have that patience.
This will be an in-swinger. here in the 39th minute. Quatanda not able to head that one down. Up to the skies, Verona brings it down and quickly sends it long to Bonneau. Luckily for Dalton United, Rodriguez is able to send that one out for a throw to allow everyone to retreat back into proper defensive procedures.
Yeah, I think Verona really wanted to catch Dalton upfield here with an opportunity down the field. Didn't work out for him that time, but it was a good idea.
Cedeno goes over to McLoone. Dalton just elect to boot it all the way back to Verona. During that season that Potros took off, Verona got some time with Atlanta Rovers FC. Once Potros came back into the division, he returned back to his starter role in this lineup. Hasn't given up that space for quite some time.
Yeah, players need to try to keep playing. It was great that he was able to. The pressure is coming in from Potros there. He was able to stay in the Premier Division and play at the top level, which helps him this season.
Good ball that Zach Brown tried to slice through that defense of Potros. Potros was having nothing of that.
Potros in command here, I would have to say.
Van Buskirk. He's going to go over to Mattis. We were able to cover that fantastic match for week 1 between Potros and SSL. And that match went all the way to the end before Potros found the winning goal, as it was 0-0 for 90 minutes.
Very, very late in that goal. What a dramatic finisher.
Nice ball lifted forward from Van Buskirk. Dalton able to handle the bounce.
Oh.
But no, he's been probing. He's going to be the one that Potros is going to have to look upon with Nwegbo now on the bench.
Let's hope Nwegbo is not seriously injured.
Tried to get that one around McAloon and unable to do so. Will go out for a throw for Dalton. Not the greatest of throw-ins, but a throw-in nonetheless.
It qualifies. Barely.
Barely. Potros with the high press now. Mendez gets the ball out of danger, but it's out for a throw for Potros. Van Buskirk will go over and do the duties.
Dalton may get a little frustrated if they can't get some type of flow going. We're almost at halftime now, and they really haven't had a sustained attack this whole first half yet.
And so far, it's been very gentlemanlike, very just a good chess match between these two teams.
I mean, this is the kind of game that's shaping up to be one of those games where one goal could be the decider. Oh.
Yeah, I really feel like that was, there was a mistake by the Dalton keeper.
I don't think he was expecting it.
Yeah, not the best pass.
You got to be careful about where you cross in front of your own goal like that.
Yeah, this could be one of those matches, Dre, where one goal leads to 3 or 4 goals.
Oh, that's true, too.
Into the box. Pushed away. Be a throw. Now this could be one of those where whoever opens up, it could go back and forth several times before a winner is decided.
Well, and that was the other thing that we about these two teams. They do have a habit of scoring late. So we're
Throwers always looking to sneak an extra yard or two.
Yes, they do. 44th minute here now.
Brown's able to get that ball. He's on the move. Lifts it forward, able to keep it in play. And just able to keep it in, but pushed away. It'll go out for a throw. Good work there by Villatoro. Sedeno knocks it out. It'll be a throw for Dalton United. Dalton United, another one of these teams that have those long throw threats from their squad. Villatoro with the throw. Bouncing around in the box, cleared out. Foul, I believe, was committed there in the box. We're approaching the 45th minute. We'll see how much stoppage time is going to be elected.
Couldn't see. I think he made an indication there, but I didn't.
It looks like a 1 minute is what he was doing.
Hasn't really been too many stoppages. A couple of injuries, but not too much time.
Looked like 1 to me, so that's what we'll go with.
That sounds about right.
Van Buskirk and Augusta Del Rio move the ball around together. Back to McLoon. He's able to get the ball forward. Nobody there to receive it, though. And that one's going to go back into Bittencourt's possession again as he sends it forward. But Mattis wins the ball. Still looking to have something before the end of this 45. And that is going to be it, folks. 45 minutes has gone here at Dalton Stadium, and we still stay at 0-0 between Dalton United and Potros FC. Dre, just give some of your thoughts of this first half.
Not unlike what I would have expected between these two teams. I knew it would be a very chess-like approach, tactical. They're both going to be careful. But I do think Potros is going to be happier about the way things have been going. They've had far more chances. Dalton have had a lot of possession, but not really able to do much with it. They've come close on a couple of occasions, but nothing sustained. Potros has been a sort of a sustained attack, and Dalton have just been soaking it up and trying to, you know, really maintain and hit on the break a little bit. But it's setting up to be an interesting second half, though. Yeah, I think anything can happen at this point for either team.
And with that, we will step aside for a few minutes, and we'll be back to bring you the second half here at Dalton Stadium. Dalton United 0, Potros FC 0. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back.
Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. So they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for? For the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer. Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. so they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures!
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for? For the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer. Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner.
And welcome back to Dalton Stadium here in Dalton, Georgia for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. Number 1, Dalton United taking on number 2, Potros FC. Larry Weber alongside Andre Bomar bringing you all the coverage today. And it was a chess match to say the least for those first 45. Take a look at this week's fixtures. You'll see Atlanta United, Kalanji Pro Profile, that game was postponed. Dalton United and Potros FC is where you are watching. FC Birmingham, FC Atlanta, that match is going on right now down in Lawson Stadium. Georgia Revolution, UMAFC, they are just kicking off down in McDonough at Warhawk, and Atlanta City FC and SSL FC was postponed as well. Tomorrow we will bring you Legends FC versus Georgia Athletic SC at 3 o'clock from Callaway Stadium. Take a look at the table right now, Dre, and you can see these two teams tied 16 points. Only goal differential separates them.
Yeah, I mean, it's neck and neck, and just like this game, anything can happen. And each one of these teams has an opportunity to pull ahead today, but I wouldn't even be surprised if they end up in a draw here today. They're very evenly matched, and it's going to be entertaining to watch the second half.
Kalanji Pro Profile, they've sneaked their way up to third place. UMAFC right behind them. They're having a fantastic spring season. Atlanta United Academy, they've righted the ship from that mistake earlier in the season. They're now in 5th place, tied with Georgia Revolution. Georgia Athletic SC, they hold the final spot in the 7th place, but they are right there with Legends FC, 8 points. And then 3 ways, 7 points. SSL, Atlanta City FC, FC Birmingham. Atlanta City FC being the Cinderellas from the fall season, Dre.
Yeah, I mean, it's from top to bottom. It's hard to say which teams are going to, make that extra step to get in because it's so stacked from top to bottom. And, you have teams, though, like North Georgia who had such promise at the start of the season but have run across hard times. And so it's going to be interesting to see if they can survive and, make their life come back for the fall season in the Premier or not.
It's right now it's not looking good for North Georgia United if they are going to find their way out of the relegation zone. We'll see who joins as 2 teams go down, but we are here to start the second 45, Dalton Stadium.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on the other games that are going on because those things have an impact on the title race as well as playoffs and relegation.
Again, 2 teams will drop down to Division 1. That means 2 teams from Division 1, they'll find their way into the Premier Division.
Yeah, one of those teams that are starring in Division 1 right now, Fountain City, they also had a top-of-the-table clash with Atlanta Fire, and they did defeat Atlanta Fire. As we have Dalton
Brown, he's on the run. He's made it around the defender. Shot taken, grabbed by Verona. Good opportunity early in this match for Brown and Dalton United.
Shows you how quickly things can happen. Very good play there, attack by Dalton. The half chance there. Verona did a job, though. That's why I say this is going to be a very interesting second half.
I think it's going to slowly start to get more and more open as both of these teams are going to look to find. I can give you an update, Dre. It looks like down in Lawson Stadium down in Birmingham, it's currently halftime with FC Birmingham holding a 2-0 lead over FC Atlanta.
That's going to be an interesting result as well. FC Birmingham's trying to get themselves into a playoff picture. They're not in it right now. And as it is right now, FC Atlanta still playing around with that relegation zone. So both of them could deal with some positive outcomes today. think the Georgia Rev game is starting here shortly as well.
This ball goes a little too far, and it is out.
So that Georgia Rev against UMA, that's going to be an interesting result as well.
Yeah, that match has kicked off. Just a few minutes in. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Bring you all the coverage around the league. Again, a little bit of a change this season when it comes to we have a collision between Bonneau and a Dalton player off the ball, immediately calling for the trainer and holding his face is the Dalton player who is down. What I was going to say was a little bit of a change in the season, whereas teams that are hosting playoff matches are not all going to be at their home field. It will move from home field advantage to a neutral ground throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, the first round of the playoffs for Premier is going to be the highest seed will get the home field for round one. Now, this won't affect the division winner who's going to get a bye that first round. But the semifinal and the final are going to be at neutral locations. So it helps with scheduling. It's difficult, as most of these teams have found out, to schedule games at facilities when there's so much competition for these fields in this area. So we'll probably be at one of the well-known fields, either a Silverbacks Park or a MOBA type facility for the semifinal and final. So
well,
it should be a great
some
fun.
laughter there, so that looks good. Yes, definitely a MOBA stadium or a Silverbacks Park that we know oh so well. This will give us an opportunity to pay some bills. Thank you for Images Frozen in Time for sponsoring this broadcast. Images Frozen in Time, bringing you all the coverage that you could want of the UPSL Georgia Conference, as well as parties and weddings and all those other activities that you so desire. Look at Images Frozen in Time. Also, non-pro soccer, your information for all things amateur, semi-pro, and professional around the United States. And finally, Ballistic Sportswear, bringing you all the match gear that you need, as well as the polos that we wear here at ASMG. And they just released the kits to Dalton United, who won them during the Community Cup.
Yeah,
and we'll get to see those relatively soon on the pitch.
Yeah, we'll do a little kit reveal for everybody. Everybody's eagerly anticipating to see what they look like.
But look to ballisticsportswear.com if you need any new kits for your team. That ball's knocked out. It'll be a throw for Potros. Cleared away. That one hit long and low to the ground from McAloon, but grabbed by Mendez.
That was a little bit more difficult to track, I believe, than we maybe realized up here in the booth. Low and hard with a lot of visual impediments there.
Dalton United at a full 11 after that injury. McAloon makes the pass to Van Buskirk and then hits the deck. Gravity is an interesting companion.
I believe we call that the turf monster.
Yeah.
Comes up and sometimes grabs players and brings them down to the turf. think this second half has started out much like the first half ended. I think Potros with a little bit more of the control of the match through their possession and passing. But for the second half, Dalton did have the best opportunity a few minutes ago.
All the way back to Hernandez. Comes over here to this near side, Montagut. Figueroa, Montagut. Back to Figueroa. He's not going to be able to keep that in. Dalton United with possession. Bittencourt's going to get us back underway and gains a good 4 or 5 yards extra with that. That one's knocked out. Potros receives again. And Montagut get us back underway. There's a foul committed by Figueroa. Some of the attending fans not happy with that call.
I think most of the fans are enjoying the stands on this near side where the camera is because of the shade. Don't have to squint through the sun on the other side.
Tell you, Dre, it got busy in a hurry down in McDonough as we are in the 9th minute, and it is 1-1 between Georgia Revolution and UMAFC.
Oh, they started a high-octane game there.
Foul committed. Just kind of ran through the Potros player. Still yet to see any type of plastic issued as we're in the 55th minute. Long ball to Montagut. He's able to control it. A little bit of a slap in the face, but no foul committed. Brown wins it for Dalton. Deflects off of him, allows Mattis to win it, and he's able to control it. Figueroa pulls back. Van Buskirk. Bonneau lifted forward. Del Rio gets it back to Van Buskirk, and he's able to get there. Had to really put in an effort to get there in front of the Dalton player.
Potros very much quicker to the ball. Those 50-50 balls, they're winning those.
Mattis now on that far side. All the way over to Hernandez. Van Buskirk having to work overtime, back and forth on the pitch. Talking to Montagut as he had moved forward. Back to Hernandez. Alan Hernandez to the other Hernandez. Van Buskirk. And he exchange passes. McAloon now. Bonneau receives it. Has to go back to McAloon. Switches play to Montagut. Able to control it. Not the best of passes, but was able to control it. Tried to force that one into the box. Cleared away by Dalton. McAloon
bossing the game.
This ball is staying on the Dalton side of the pitch for quite some time.
Ooh, deflected.
They're able to maintain defense But like we said in the first half, that is only going to happen for so long before a mistake is made. If you're able to handle 100 out of 100, you need to put a couple dollars down on Powerball, because that's some luck.
Another give and go.
Beno trying to give it back to Cedeno, but they are not able to maintain.
Nice little cramp out there in the corner. Dalton player, he's gone down. I suspect it's a cramp. Looks like he was trying to stretch out a problem with his leg.
Yeah, you look at the weather in which we are enjoying this day. 75 degrees, 8-mile-an-hour winds. The winds have died down as we have been here the majority of the day. Gust of 13 miles an hour. It's an absolute perfect day if you love this game of soccer that we do.
Got some substitutes, some more substitutes coming on. I think they've just made one.
And we can see that Dalton United is looking to make 2 changes at some point.
Wait for the next break, I think.
Del Rio with a beautiful little flick, give and go back to him. He tries to hit it with his left, unable to do so. Beno tries to pass it around the defender, and that one's going to get cleared away. Coach Kiko is looking to make some changes in his squad for Dalton United. See if they can find something for this Potros attack. They're able to handle the defensively. They just need some offense. Oh, there's an opportunity, and there's a mistake. Exactly what we talked about. And Potros FC, they pounce. It's 1-0.
Errant pass right in front of the goal. That's something, you're going to look back and regret that based off a defensive error here. We'll see it here.
You see right here, he makes the turn, tries to pass it, but right back into the path of Potros FC. Figueroa gets the goal, and it is now 1-0.
You almost thought that was how a goal was going to come. It was going to come off a mistake. And sure enough, that's it. But again, like we said earlier, Larry, that relentless attack, you said it yourself. You give them enough chances, they're going to put it in.
And that is going to leave Brown and Saka are going to call it a day.
Wow. What does this mean? How will Dalton respond? Pressing is continuing for Potros, and it's paying off.
Potros shot taken, grabbed by Mendez.
Dalton a little bit rattled here. Gave that away pretty easily.
Trying to work up this near side, I should say. Excuse me, Quintero. Foul committed on Quintero. It was number 3, Ian Wyndham, and number 16, Mendiola, who came in for Saka and Brown.
The way that Potros is pressing, it seems like they smell blood in the water. I think they see an opportunity here.
Offsides. Well, like we talked about in the pregame and the warm-up of this match, it's something that was unexpected at the beginning of the season when Atlanta United came in here and put 6 on Dalton United. That was a bit of a response to that late stunning win against Atlanta United in the playoffs back last spring. Atlanta United wanted to return a bit of a
Yeah, that seems to be like the one dark spot for Dalton so far this season. Potros trying to give him another one.
Dalton United were the team that represented Georgia in the national playoffs, as whoever wins the Georgia Conference playoffs, they move on to represent Georgia in the national playoffs.
Yeah, they did that season, that spring season.
That spring season, we covered that open round of 32 against Tennessee Tempo that ended in Mother Nature moving that match indoors for the final 15 minutes, which
I still don't like that.
I wasn't a fan of it.
I think Dalton got done a little dirty there.
Yeah, Dalton kind of got the worst of the wear there. Got, hey, new kid, why don't we do this? Quintero trying to get around 2 men, not able to do so. This last fall season, the Cinderella Atlanta City got to represent Georgia. They had to take on the newcomers in the Kentucky-Tennessee St. Louis Academy SC, and they had to travel all the way to St. Louis to take that match on.
Yeah, that was a tough one for them.
St. Louis making it all the way to the second place, the runners-up in that final match, losing to Chiriaco FC from California, in California. They now are in the Gateway Conference, which is a new conference in the UPSL system.
UPSL continues to grow, lots of quality, ton of MLS academies using it.
And like we've talked about a couple times, Dre, it's been several years that the MLS academies have been in the UPSL.
Yet to
so
win.
far, none of them have won the national tournament, which tells you how competitive this league is. St. Louis
really
City
is.
was the first academy that really had a shot at it. High press by Dalton. Able to win it in Potros space, but
there.
another errant pass. Figueroa, the goal scorer. Del Rio just sends this one forward.
Not sure that was necessary.
Quintero elects to go over to Ramirez, who goes all the way over to the far side. Lose possession, McLoone wins it. Figueroa trying to get it to Bonneau, not able to do so, but Mattis wins it in center circle. Montagut.
Needs some help.
Oh, he tried to slide that through to Figueroa, not able to do so. We were wondering if Potros were going to be able to maintain with losing Nwegbo, but I think that they proved that very quickly with that win, with that goal from Figueroa.
Yeah, kind of illustration of the complete squad that they are. They're not heavily a one-man team at all. And yes, he's a great player for them, but they have a lot. They have a system in place that works in their favor. I think this illustrates that.
Mattis going back to Hernandez, who goes to Verona, who sends it out quickly as he was getting closed down. Mattis receives that heavy touch from Van Buskirk, and he gives it right back to him. Del Rio, one of the journeymen throughout the UPSL conference, was once with Seas United and Atletico Atlanta. That ball's not going to stay in, but it's going to be a foul committed by Quintero on Van Buskirk. Tight spaces there, Dre.
Yeah, it really is.
Another substitution for Dalton United.
So they're going to try to put some size up there.
See who is going to.
He's coming off now.
Looks like Kuna is coming off. Number 20.
Is that Daniel Valenciano?
Number 8 is
8.
Yes, Daniel Valenciano,
Ciano.
who's coming in. You are correct, Ray.
He's going to try to. He'll be useful in attack, I think, for them.
Good ball in from Del Rio. Oh, it tried.
Bad.
It had eyes, but it's going to hit the American football goal and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, make no mistake, he was going for goal on that. Let's switch sides.
Dalton United now. 3 substitutions here in this second half. Only substitution for Potros and Coach Macias is that first half substitution for Nwegbo on that potential injury. Coach Kiko of Dalton United having to work overtime. He needs a draw if he wants to stay at the top of the table. Here's another mistake by Dalton United. Figueroa on it again. Gives it to Mattis, a little behind him. Give and go back to him. He fights back for it. Oh, Mattis almost had that one.
I was wondering why Figueroa didn't just pull the trigger on that one.
Quickly take a look at this one. You can see Figueroa, he had opportunity, elects to try to give it to Mattis, but he sends it behind Mattis. It bounces around. Mattis receives it again and pulls that one just wide.
Yeah, they got an opportunity, but it allowed Dalton to recover defensively. But another legitimate chance. Here comes Dalton, though.
Passes have just been a little off for Dalton today. Quintero gets taken down by Figueroa. Again, no cards have been issued, Dre. I think that might be his last warning.
Yeah, there you go. He just gave it to him.
There's your last warning.
And I don't think there's been a need for cards
No.
right now. I think it's been a well-played game in good spirit.
Dalton United are a team that will play very emotionally.
Oh,
Here's an up, and he completely misfires on that one.
It was gift wrapped.
It bounces right into his space. Does Wyndham. You see this ball. Huitanda sends in a perfect ball to the back post. It's headed in. All he has to do is put it on frame, and it's 1-1, and Wyndham does exactly that. He wins it.
It took a wicked spinning bounce up at him, and he just couldn't get his foot on it. All he had to do was tap it, though. But here come Potros. Oh, just needling it through.
'72nd minute. Potros FC holding on to a 1, and there's an opportunity that goes right through Mendez's paws, and it'll go out for a corner.
I think that needed saving as well.
Potros holding on to this 1-0 lead. Winner of this match would earn the right to say that they are the head of the table, as these two teams are only separated by goal differential right now.
Verona talking to a couple of his defenders.
Verona and his defenders discussing, making sure that they're on the same page. That's a great keeper. Del Rio getting ready. Here comes an in-swinger. And smashed away by Dalton's defense. We're 73 minutes in, down at Lawson Stadium in Birmingham, 66 minutes in, and it's still 2-0 Birmingham over FC Atlanta. Verona coming all the way out, and he sends that ball on its way to Tennessee.
Ends up in Rosetta, I believe.
Not to be outdone down in McDonough, Georgia. 1-1 is where we sit in the 28th minute. Here's an opportunity for Dalton United. Good ball in. Wyndham again.
He just
cannot get on that one.
Another gilt-edged opportunity going waste.
Valenciano, he gets it forward. Nice ball through. Here comes an opportunity.
Oh, nice
and
defending.
He's cleared away. Quintero had an opportunity there. He sends it forward. It's past Wyndham. Wyndham has been given opportunities here.
And it's from balls that are just finding their way in front of the goal with no one around.
That ball gets knocked away by Hernandez. Dalton still have possession. A bit of a clumsy challenge there.
Yeah, it's going to let that go on. You know, just like we said the first half, when Potros had all those opportunities, you could give up one. And if they keep giving away these balls in front of goal.
If you keep giving a team an opportunity, eventually they're going to make you pay, and that's exactly what Potros did to Dalton United. Dalton United trying to repay the favor. Across the news wire, 29th minute, UMA just took a 2-1 lead over Georgia Revolution.
That's a critical result there. However that will end will play a part in the title race in the division.
Long ball forward, and that one will find its way out. Will be a goal kick for Potros FC. Don't forget, everyone, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Make sure you tell all those mothers out there that you are grateful for them. Get them something nice.
And enjoy another ASMG TV game at Callaway Stadium.
We'll be down in LaGrange, Georgia for Callaway Stadium. Here's an opportunity, but no.
Oh, he took too much time on the ball.
Just taking way too much time. Just knocked off the ball.
That's
Not
out.
going to be able to keep it in. It'll go out for a throw for Potros.
Got to act faster when you're down there.
Yeah, Legends FC and Georgia Athletic SC, that is going to be a critical match as both of those teams need a result.
Yeah, Athletic has dropped some valuable points of late. They need to get a good result to get back into contention.
They made their way into the Premier Division, winning Division I last season. And they learned, as many other teams that are promoted into the Premier Division, that it's not as easy as it once was in Division I. The competition steps up significantly when you go from each division.
Yeah, it really does.
As you would see in Del Rio, not happy with that foul committed by Bittencourt. Just having a bit of a stare down between the two players. one of the things that you see in the English Premier League or English leagues when going from National League to League 2 to League 1 to Championship. That competition gets harder and harder. As you know so well with your Sunderland.
Yes. Spent a lot of time down there.
McLoone. That ball just goes all the way through, and a bit of a touch, though. It'll be a throw, and a substitution is ready to go for Potros FC. Second one of the match. Let's see who's going to be out. It looks like Beno's day is done. Let's see who he is going to be replaced by.
Beno's played very well today. He's been very lively in attack. So we'll see what kind of adjustments Potros makes. They do have the advantage. Getting down to nearly 10 minutes left in this match.
Tried to head forward Mattis. Right into Mendez's hands. They wanted a offsides, though, was the call.
The flag is up, yeah.
Potros was wanting a handball. Didn't receive that. They instead get a call for for offsides.
They got the ball back anyway. Oh,
Pedro Venezuela is the player who just received the ball and just entered the match.
Oh, brave challenge there. Oh, little break.
Wyndham tried to slide it across, not able to get that pass correctly. He has just been a touch off since coming into the match. Mattis holds off the defense of Dalton. McLoone, good turn. Not fouled, says the center ref. We play on. Wyndham, he receives it this time.
Oh, turned this man inside out.
Hoitanda is fouled right at the top of the box. There's going to be your first card of the match.
Yeah, that was a kind of a tough situation there for Potros on defense, but Dalton with pressing. We'll see here. Inside out, then he tries to go through. And he looks like he just tried to challenge from behind, just went through the man's leg. So,
yeah. I believe that was the captain, 61 McLoone, that received that yellow card. This is going to be an interesting one, Dre, because this is maybe a yard from the box. You're only looking about 22 yards at most.
Yeah, if you're going straight for goal, you got to go up and then down quickly, and that's a very difficult shot from that.
Yeah, that's
with the wall there.
This is going to be an interesting one. Straight down through and into the back of the net.
Difficult, but not impossible. What a critical goal that's going to be for Dalton.
Verona has played fantastic all day, but now he lets one through, and it's 1-1. Take a look at this, folks.
And it went low. It was almost like it went through the wall.
Just a little bit of a bounce. And it finds its way through. 1-1.
Sort of a fair score, depending on, just looking at the game here. These two teams are so evenly matched.
I believe it was Hoitanda who got that goal for Dalton.
But I think we said it earlier. I mean, just like in the first half with Potros, they had so many chances, and you give them that many chances, and something like this can happen. But here they come again, Potros.
83 minutes in, 1-1. Potros FC, Dalton FC, and now business is picked up.
Now somebody's going to try to get all 3 points here.
That ball found its way out, will be a goal kick.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that, and Dalton took advantage of the chances they were getting in the second half, and that foul presented them with a scoring opportunity that they have converted.
Not going Georgia Revolution's way down in McDonough at home, as they are now down 3-1 in the 38th minute against UMAFC.
Well, UMA, another revelation of a team.
A team that just missed out on beating Dalton United's goal-scoring record down in Division I. Another impressive team. Mattis trying to leap over the Dalton United player and not getting it right. Luckily, he's not carded for that. Only one yellow card issued just recently for McLoone. That led to that Dalton United goal. It's been a fairly gentleman match between these two teams.
Yeah, very high quality from both sides here.
Foul committed, just as we say that.
Well, we curse it all the time, don't we?
Cleared away by Potros. Dalton.
You get the feeling Dalton wants to win this game.
Especially at home. You know, you want your home to be a fortress.
They've weathered an onslaught from Potros.
McLoone just bodies that ball out for a throw. Wyndham gives it back to Valenciano. Valenciano, the big man, taking a tumble by Mattis. Mattis not carded for that foul either. This one's going to be significantly farther away, and they go ahead and take it quickly. Wyndham trying to make his way around, but it's going to go out the back. It'll be a goal kick. He's trying to say that he was tugged down. Not going to get a call like that. Van Buskirk, he controls it for Potros. There's another errant pass. Del Rio
Pass.
over to Figueroa. Figueroa pushes himself out of position. Over to Van Buskirk. One-timed it. He didn't get that one right at all.
Miscue on the shot. That's another opportunity for Potros.
Another substitution coming on for Potros as we look at the replay. See here, slides it over to Van Buskirk. He tries to one-time it, just doesn't get it right.
But it must be worrying, though, to have such a miscue of errors in their back
Mattis's
line.
day is done. Number 52. He gets replaced.
Decides he's going to go long instead of try to play it out the back.
And it was only a matter of time before we were able to make a name like this for Potros FC. Benjamin Uranga, number 8, comes into the match.
On-field leader.
A player, a coach, a staple of this Potros FC squad. The Urangas are just about everything for this Potros FC squad. They handle just about everything. Another substitution for Dalton United. Quintero's day is done, number 21. He's replaced by number 17. Saldana is come in. Here's an opportunity for Dalton United. Hernandez, he's able to track it down for Potros. 88 minutes worth, and there's a push down.
Ref says a slip down, I think.
Yeah, he let that one go. That Cedeno was who pushed the Dalton United, headed away.
Out.
Here's a chance. They get it right, though.
Oh, they do.
Saldana, he's on the run. He's able to control it. But the other Hernandez is able to clear it for a moment. Hoitanda cannot get through, but Dalton United still with possession. Mendiola cannot control it enough. Here's a ball in.
Oh.
Offsides would have been the call.
Oh!
Off the post!
Can you believe it?
The center official finally
offside.
sees the offsides call and finally makes it.
Oh, makes your
Wouldn't
heart
have
jump.
counted either way. We will take a look at it, though, because that was something of a thing of beauty. Because you see here.
Yeah, there is an offside flag there. So, yeah, you're right. It wouldn't have counted. But
just a beautiful strike, though, from number 22. Pedro Alejandro is the one that had that strike. That was a beautiful strike.
is somebody going to snatch the 3 points late here? 90th minute.
Yes, we're entering the 90th minute. We'll see how much stoppage we're going to have. I'm going to say maybe 3 minutes with the 2 goals and the number of substitutions that we've had in this second half. Van Buskirk was trying to send that ball forward. He had nowhere to go as Alejandro closed the space on him. Surprised that he gives that to Potros, though.
The referee's
as
like,
he's
you got to
calling
go
it
back.
And he's like, that's what you do as a player, is you try to get every inch that you can. It's up to the center ref to enforce the rules. Otherwise, why have them? High press from Potros. They win possession. We slide over to Del Rio. Del Rio, he takes a shot. Ooh. Mendez had to get down and get that one right. Does so.
It needed saving. Good opportunity for Potros.
I'm seeing, I might have seen 4 minutes, it looks like. 4 minutes.
Seems a lot.
That's what it looked like. That's what I'll say.
I'll take it. I want to see more of this game.
This one is one that could go for 120 minutes. I think you might see a prelude to a playoff final between these two teams.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Either one of these teams would do well in the national playoffs.
I think these teams have unfinished business with each other. Cleared away by Uranga.
Oh, nice,
Rodriguez.
Nice tackle.
Mendiola. Oh, he tries the fanciness, not going to get it. Allows the ball back in, but Verona gets it. A little bit of a bounce back and forth between Valenciano and Verona. Just a gentleman's.
Verona got it done, though. Look at
oh,
this.
There's a ball from.
And
a chance. And it's in the back of the net. Del Rio. Absolutely perfect from Potros FC.
I looked for the flag because I couldn't tell if his run took it. But the flag stayed down.
A yellow card has been issued to Del Rio for that celebration. Look at this.
Oh, my God. I've got to see that again.
Comes in. He gets it right. One times it right
finish.
past. Nothing that Mendez can do. And it is 2-1. Potros FC. Augusto Del Rio.
Oh, gosh.
He is a heart of this Potros team.
I am
the
a
journeyman
loss for words.
He's been in the UPSL for several years now. He's had opportunities with other squads. He really found a home here at Potros FC, And and there's a nasty challenge between the two players.
And now it's getting emotional because there's so much at stake now. Of course, the Dalton faithful want to see red, but that's not going to be red.
Del Rio was the one that got the yellow a few minutes ago with the celebration. Number 7 for Potros FC.
What a result this would be for Potros if they can hang on.
Number Sebastian Ramirez is who just got that yellow.
We've played 3 of the 4 that we think we have.
I think we might get a little bit more because of that celebration and that card.
Yeah, right.
Hoytonda is going to be the one that's going to have the honors of this set piece. Headed.
Oh.
And Verona's able to let that go. And you got to say, Verona, he put in a great shift in these 90 minutes, allowed that ball to make its way through on that bounce from that goal from Hoytonda. He gets a lifeline back with that goal from Del Rio. He's the one that's going to feel like he got out of this with with golden boots.
Yeah, he has some. Well, it's a team game, so it's just one of those things that another teammate can bail you out.
Yeah. There's 11 guys on that pitch, and you need the help from every single one. We are through 94 minutes. How many more is the center official going to allow? We shall see. Figueroa with a little bit of extra there at that end.
And
that is it, folks. Here, Dalton United fall at Dalton Stadium to Potros FC. They come in, they score the first goal.
What a game, back and
Figueroa with the goal from the mistake by the defense of Dalton United. They bring it back with a goal from a set piece from Hoytonda, and then another mistake in the back leads to the winning goal by Augusto Del Rio. 2-1 is how it ends here at Dalton Stadium. That allows Potros FC to the head of the table, and it has gotten interesting here in the UPSL Conference.
Yeah, it really have. And what a famous victory for Potros FC, probably for the history of the club, as they go top of the division on clearly now after 8 games, 8 of 12 that they're going to play. And their destiny is in their hands right now. And what a famous victory, especially when you consider the competition that's in this division with Dalton and who they just beat. UMA, who looks like they're going to win today, Kalonji, Atlanta United, Georgia Revolution, all of these teams, and they're in the lead of all of them. And so it really does show you how they have come along since they first came into this division. And boy, they've really done the job. Verona, of course, can be very proud of himself.
Down in McDonough, it is halftime right now. UMA with a 3-1 lead over Georgia Revolution.
I see the
over in
Potros.
Birmingham, Lawson Stadium. They're in the 90th minute. FC Birmingham continues to have that 2-0 lead over FC Atlanta. That is going to do it for the matches for today. We look at the matches for tomorrow for Mother's Day. And when it comes to it, there's really only one to talk about, that being Legends FC taking on Georgia Athletic at 3 p.m. Watch that match live here on ASMG TV. We look at next week's matchups. Kalonji Pro Profile will take on Georgia Revolution at 7 o'clock from Shiloh Stadium. And then next Sunday, it gets busy. UMAFC, they're welcoming North Georgia United to MOBA Soccer Park. FC Atlanta welcomes Dalton United. They're going to want to make a response quickly against FC Atlanta. Atlanta United Academy welcomes SSLFC. Georgia Athletic will welcome Atlanta City FC to Bay Creek Park. And we end at 7 o'clock, Potros FC versus Legends FC. Tons of matchups left. Anything can happen. We watch every single week. The table shifts significantly, Dre. So anything can happen from week to week.
Yeah, they got to strap it up and do it again next week. But now you see how tight it is at the top. And, anything, like you say, anything can go. And, of course, tomorrow we have one Premier Division game. We have a number of Division I games, and that's another interesting race that's developing down in Division I as those teams look to, find themselves in promotion places, division title chases. It's all to play for in both divisions, and what a great game this was. Probably the game of the weekend, I think, in the UPSL Georgia Premier.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for us here at ASMG TV. We thank you for watching this coverage of the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division. It ends Potros FC 2, Dalton United 1. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on the ASMG TV network. Have a great night, everybody. See you next time.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.